Hi there, my name is James and I'm the owner of Finish Masters, and when it comes to cabin refinishing, we're number one. Competition doesn't even come close. So, what's going on in the industry is a lot of people that are painting contractors, house painters, exterior painters, etc., are trying to stay busy in this economic environment that we all find ourselves in. And what that means is they're not necessarily all qualified to deliver a high quality finish and durability, which is why you find them jumping into the cabinet refinishing industry, trying to keep the guys busy, trying to stay in business, and ultimately producing a substandard product just to get a winning bid of having the price low by cutting corners. So what you'll see in a lot of other marketing videos from other painters showing up on Facebook, TikTok, etc., is they'll take your existing kitchen cabinets like this, give it a quick degrease, wipe them down, scuff them, and then go ahead and put primer on them. That's not the proper way to do it. That's simply cutting the cost by not charging you for proper prep work. You see, here with the existing kitchen cabinet, the way they came out, this is a waterborne lacquer coating that's on there. And when you look at the existing coatings, this one's been many, many years, you can see it's not really ideal to work with. You get a lot of flaking, a lot of peeling, especially around the trash bins. And so if you follow along and you watch what the other companies are doing and what people are recommending online, they'll simply take some detergent. What they're raving about nowadays is crud cutter. They simply wipe it, clean it up, then they'll go over it with a little bit of sandpaper, something fine. The reason they do a fine grit like a 400 or a 320 is because they don't want to spend the time, money, and labor on stripping the cabinets down to bare wood like you're supposed to before you apply your finish. You see, this is why we're number one and they fall way, way, way behind. Sanded down to bare wood, that's the existing coating. They're simply just scuffing it up and then putting primer on it and then putting 2 coats of finish on this here. We're removing all this coating down to bare wood so that the primers can soak into the wood fibers, so that way you get a mechanical bond, and with the successive coatings going on top, you get a polymerization, a chemical bond, which is why we can warranty the projects for 5 to 10 years, depending on which coating we use. And your other painters out there jumping into this market, you're lucky to get a 1-year warranty out of them. At best I've seen is a 2-year warranty, and then you see the complaints online of how they chip, flake, and peel. Ours don't do that. So, for example, these coatings here, and this lacquer thinner. Come on, a little bit out. So with the lacquer thinner, it goes on the old waterborne lacquer coatings. It's not very chemical resistant. Even with acetone, nail polish remover, which we use the acetone as well as a degreaser and a cleaner to remove the adhesive. So this is your nail polish remover, 100% acetone. You can put the acetone on there. And what you'll see with these coatings that are inferior, just simply we'll take the coating itself, and you can see there, that's the clear coat. So one way you can strip these cabinets is by putting them in a bath and hitting them with lacquer thinner, and that's the old lacquer coating coming off. With acetone, what it does is the same thing, but it makes it more gummier. So we don't really want that. It's not a very complicated process. We can do this one way, or we can do them with the actual laser systems that we have as well to clean them down. So this is kind of like the issues that we're seeing in the industry of people trying to jump in, cut cost, because the customers can't afford to have it done the right way. And doing it the right way does elevate the cost because you're paying for sanding everything down with 120 grit, jumping to 150 grit, then jumping to 180, then jumping to 200, all the way up to 400. And then we actually apply the coatings. So these ones all here on this cabinet, this customer values quality over a cheap price and wants it done right so she doesn't have to redo the kitchen cabinets again in another year or so. Take a look at these cabinets here, you can see where part of the coating came off already, and there's a number of other defects in here too as well that we're gonna repair. And so when it comes to refinishing kitchen cabinets, you have to have the right equipment, the proper equipment, because a lot of people that are saying they're cabinet refinishers, they're not. And the downside is they are lying to you for one thing, and they are jeopardizing your children's safety, your own safety, by doing these things in home, and it's because they can't read the cans. They simply don't want to read the back of the cans here. Like, this is bin shellac primer. This is a good primer, but it's an alcohol base, and a lot of times they're contaminating the area and work areas, and they have the potential to explode, especially because they're not using explosion-proof fans in your home. So that's a huge liability. When it comes to using an industrial coating, if they don't know what they're doing, these products is a conversion varnish, and it's a lacquer base again. But when it dries, it off-gases and releases isocyanides, which are an inhalation hazard, can trigger asthma attacks and a bunch of other problems too as well with long-term exposure. And again, to cut cost, these people are saying, sure, go ahead, leave your dishes in your cabinets, leave everything in, you're fine. No, they can't read. This leaves a residue on your dishes, your plates, and everything in there in your kitchen, including your food. Contaminates it. You're not supposed to eat it. And I've seen people marketing videos, get your 5-day cabinet refinish. No, that's a red flag. They don't know what they're doing, and they're putting you at risk. Don't do it. Here's another product here, right? It's right there. They just can't read. They're jeopardizing, and they don't know what these compounds are. So when it comes to cabinet refinishing, not only do I have these people beat because I understand the chemistry, I have several degrees in biochemistry and other applied sciences, I also have been working in the industry for decades. So if you need your cabinets professionally refinished, my Finish Masters is the Finish Master for you.